Hi, Kathy. It is now 8:54. I got Dirty Dancing on because there's nothing much else on. I don't feel like popping a movie in because I feel like I'll probably fall asleep on it. I'm sitting on the couch here. Princess is down below here. She came from a cruelty case, as did Bandit. And she gets medical problems. She had, before I brought her home, she had kittens. And that was before I even brought her home. It was a very interesting event. Gina and I went to the Duchess SPCA. I wanted to get another cat to go with Bandit. And I went down there and I just went in there with Gina and I looked at this cat, which is right here. Her name was Petunia. It's now Princess. And I seen her in the bed and I just felt right in love with her. She is a sweetheart. Seemed the guy brought her back. Well, my luck, not his. Because he tried to pull her underneath the bed and she scratched him. You don't force him to come out. Anyway, to make that short, I brought her home. And she's got problems with her teeth now and then. They check her teeth every year. And she's had about 4 pulled out. And before that, she had 3 pulled out before I even brought her home. And she's got a respiratory problem, and she gets ulcers in her eyes, and that's because she came from a very bad infected area. And they're doing everything I can for her. She's a lovable little girl. And Bandit, he came from a bunch of feral cats. He's like a little ways down the couch right here. He blends. He's totally black, and he is a sweetheart. So when I got him home, it was not easy. He had quite a bit of furrow in him yet. But I tell you, in time, he's a little love bug. So, the story about the other cats that I brought home. Boy, they're good stories. Well, at the time, it was not a good one. The cat that came home with Bandit, his name was Silverado, and I changed it to Shadow. And unknown to me, I didn't know he was 100% feral. And that's why I couldn't even get close to him. They didn't tell me that over there at the Oster SPCA. He was starting to whack things around. So I said, that's it, he's going back. So Bandit ran out of the room when I was trying to get him in the bedroom upstairs. He knocked some things over, but that wasn't the worst of it. He latched onto my arm and bit it quite good. And that was back in 2012 this happened, and I took him back over to the Oster SPCA and I told him what happened. He said, oh, it'll heal. I said, he bit my arm. Are you kidding me? Anyway, the health department, all that, went after him. They said, you locked that cat up for 3 weeks. 3 weeks, so hopefully he wouldn't have rabies. And I went to the ER, and I had to be out of work for a couple days. I couldn't believe how heartless they were. How very heartless. And boy, I tell you, I was fuming. And anyway, that wasn't the end of it. A couple months later, got another cat named Jack Sparrow. And I kept that name. He was such a sweetheart. But there was one problem with that Kathy. He wanted to kill Bandit. I'm not kidding you. He wanted to kill Bandit. I'm like, oh boy. Because I had them separated from each other. And so was Bandit, he's downstairs, and Bandit would get along with any other cat. He's not like that, but this cat was out for the kill. The fur was flying from Bandit, and I went, oh no, this can't be happening. So I said, well, guess what? There's another one that's going to have to go back. Apparently, he's going to have to be the only cat, but Bandit, he'd be friends with any other cat, but really, he's a sweetheart. So third was the charm, Princess. Named Petunia from the Duchess SPCA, and she is a doll, and he is a doll, and As soon as I brought her home and the carrier bandit went meow, I went, oh. He took to her right away, but she's funny. She went hiding underneath the chair in the corner, growling and hissing at him. Well, to this day, guess what? She still growls and hisses at him every day, but she loves him and he loves her, and it's so sweet. They get along really great. Not like them other two cats we had, Benny and Otto. And them two did not get along at all. I'll tell you what happened with Benny. It's hard, but I'm going to try not to cry. Well, it was a couple of days before, Benny was not able to go number 2. And I said, okay. That was one day. Next day came, he didn't go. I said, oh my God. So I said, if I come the next day, he's going to the vets. And I told him he is not going. He's constipated. And I didn't expect the worst, I didn't. And took him in and they cleaned him out. And it was not good. They found crystals in his system. It was like cancer. And because him being 16, either way, constipated or not constipated, it was his death. And I can't say much more than that because I get filled up over him. The last 2 years, he was such a good boy. He seen the hell of everything. I mean, everything. And the weather up here, yeah, it's a pain in the butt this year. I get my plowboy to come down. His name is Kyle. He's up the road here. I was furious about the other day when it really snowed a lot. He did right back the driveway, right back and do the side. So I called him on the phone right away, and he get down here in 5 minutes. I said, ay, ay, ay. But it's all taken care of. Yeah, it's weird, I come in the door, it's just so weird without Mom, and I think if Saturdays would wait and you coming by, it's just so weird, Kathy, and I miss you too, I really do. It's just that I'm in this medication for the rest of my life, depression pills, because my mother's death took everything out of me possible, everything. It's changed me. I wanted to end my life, Kathy. I really wanted to end my life. I told Dr. Mangus, I said, I don't want to live no more. My mother's death took everything out of me for good, and it's hard. It's hard, and I try to be strong. I really do, and it's not easy. And it's just so weird. Jeremy, he's nothing to me anymore. At the beginning, he would help somewhat, but just everything was like a big issue with him. That's his word, issue, by the way. But that don't matter anymore. There's a lot of things that he's done and all that. And you know what? I can't believe he's a Griffin. I really can't. But the news to that, him and his girlfriend live in the house next door. Isn't that wonderful? Next to the weird mommy, Valerie. Every time I go by there, her curtains are always closed. Their curtains are closed. It's wild. It's wild. I know people don't use depression, that she's hiding behind the curtains. She's always been behind the curtains, Valerie. But anyway, I'm taking each day as it comes and taking care of everything with my mother's house, and I'm going to do everything to hold on to it. That I will, and I'm not going to give up. I'm going to fight, but every day I will be in a fog because this medication I'm on, I have to be, because if I'm off it, I'll be a lot worse than what I am. Truthfully, yes. But these two cats, I have never seen two most amazing cats in my life. When I go to work and come home, they are totally wonderful. They don't go around like Otto and break knickknacks or pee on everything. No, they don't. They go in the litter. They do what they're supposed to do. But, winter I can't deal with because Guess it's different now. When Mom not being here, I have to deal with everything, and I'm doing it, and the best I can with everything. But I didn't mean to shut you out. I really didn't mean to. It was just that I was very, very bad place, and had enough of me to get through one day after another, and realize things, And I always thought the world of you, Kathy. I always will think the world of you, and your daughter's a beautiful girl, and I will always keep in touch with you. You'll see my feet in the picture. Just, but remember, this princess right there. She's right here. Bandit's over here. I don't want to go over that way because you won't see much of him. He's totally black. But you always will be in my thoughts, and that's not going to change. And I'll keep contacting you this way because I don't have time to be on the phone like I want to anyway, because I'm just constantly on the go, doing things around the house and taking care of business. That's like that song, Taking Care of Business by Turner Overdrive. But anyway, you're part of the family, Kathy. You always will be part of the family. That is never going to change. You are. And you know what? You were his wife. No matter what, because you have been with him through good and bad, and you were there for everything with him. You did a lot for Wade, a lot. You really did. So, Kathy, you have a good night. You take care. I'll talk to you soon again, okay? I love you, Kathy. Good night, honey.